All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's NASCAR '08 coverage. Tonight we are at the, almost forgot what track. I was simultaneously trying to pull up the season schedule, but we are at the Homestead-Miami Speedway here this evening for tonight's race, 200 miles, 134 laps. It's the first time I've raced at Homestead on NASCAR '08. We clinched the title early for the Busch and the Truck Series. We're still working on the Chase season. We have 4 races left there. If I end up clinching early, I might not even run a cup race. So I have no clue exactly what kind of speed we're going to have for this one today. I didn't feel like I was very quick in practice. I picked up a bit in qualifying, made some setup changes. I'm actually going to move the setup back to the way I had it in practice, even though it was a bit more snug. Hopefully in traffic, it's not going to be too terrible. And then jumped up the leaderboard a bit to qualify 12th, but I felt like I'm going to build free even with the tighter setup that I had for practice. And for qualifying, I wanted a little bit something more because I only had to run 2 laps. And I had decent handling for that. It was definitely a little bit more free. I don't like starting the run free with doing these full races. Again, the main reason is because we have to go a full realistic run. So if you start off free, it's going to be really bad 30 to 40 laps in. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to hold on for another 20 to 30 laps on the back end of that. So we'll hope for the best. My allergies are kicking my tail. They were fine like almost all day today up until I got out of my car when I got home. I had a sneezing attack. And now I'm like stuffy ever since then. Like, that's just how it works for me. You guys that are longtime viewers of the channel probably know that some days I sound better than others. So we'll fight through this. It's not going to be a long race with it being a truck event. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Bam Hallway, thanks for tuning in. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. That was a great launch on the start. Aggressive trying to fight for the bottom after starting on the initial outside. Picked up 4 spots in the first turn. Might get more on the back straightaway. Oh, 3 wide and tight. If I get both of these guys, wow, what an opening lap. 6 positions gained on the first lap of the race. I'll take that. We clinched the regular season championship with a win last night at Darlington. Led all but 19 laps of the race. Dominated, really. So we are simply looking for a win for today's race. That's the only thing we can vouch for, is to get a win, which would be 5 more playoff points, and that would carry over into the postseason, which will start in the next race. With this being the regular season finale. 1 more spot picked up on lap 5. We're up to 5th. Darnell taking the lead. Mike Skinner, by the way, comes in 9th on the playoff grade into tonight's race, so he needs to have a good performance if we're going to have our teammate in there with us. We only had 3 different winners this season. Spencer Claiborne, Chad McCumbee are the only 2 other drivers that are in the playoffs. Because I'm going to have to go through the full points format, you guys are not going to know who's going to be in it until we start the next stream for the Truck Series season. Held up by Travis Quapple. Trying to pass him on the outside. Finally able to. He was holding me up a little bit too much. Oh boy, a little contact, and they're hitting each other back behind us too. I got into the 151 truck underneath me, and then he ended up bobbling after the contact with my truck and hit Travis Quapple, but I think he's all right. There we go, just barely clear for 4th. I don't know why I'm so fast down the straightaways, but I'm struggling in the corners for speed. The grip is fine. The speed is lacking. Shahir Gaming and Entertainment, welcome to the stream. Next truck race is Sunday afternoon. I would like to do the Atlanta race. I'm not going to know the streaming schedule for the gaming stuff on Sunday and Monday until I get to either Saturday night or Sunday morning. because there's a very good chance I'm going to be working all day on Saturday and Sunday. Because I'm not going to be able to work tomorrow. Sister's actually graduating from college tomorrow, so her graduation's tomorrow. I'll be there for that. About to be a University of Toledo alumni. Had a tough day. Well, that's tough to hear. I don't know if I have anything for these guys up ahead of me. Losing time to the leaders. Good thing I got those 6 positions on the opening lap of the race. I am closing in on third, which is Eric Darnell, but I'm losing the top 2 very quickly, which is McCumbee and I believe Mike Skinner. I mean, the good news is there's no pressure on us whatsoever. We're simply racing for the win today. Playoff points are all we're racing for, and we can't score them because there's no stage racing during the race. Starting to get ran down by these guys behind us. Rocky the Rocket. Yeah, that's the mascot. No, he stays forever. He doesn't graduate. Big block on Quapple. Yeah, I'm starting to hold these guys up a little bit, aren't I? Had that good fire-off speed on the short run. I feel like I'm lacking on the long run a bit. Quapple just blew around us on the outside. Got him back. Leaders have been side by side for almost a whole lap with one another. We're starting to close in on them because they're running side by side as Mike Skinner attacks for the lead. Sailed it off deep into turn 3. It's weird I would just bunch back together so quickly like that, but Skinner is out in front now. See if I can get by McCumbee. There we go. Up to third. Look at this run. Slamming right into... I don't know what I was thinking there. I was like, oh, let me try to go up the middle, but that hole wasn't really open. I just cost myself a whole bunch of spots, didn't I? Get the run by the end of the straightaway, try to get back down to the bottom. All right. I only lost 1 spot. That could have been worse. Start off on rookie mode. That ain't happening. Why would you want me to start off on rookie? So I can just win every single race? I mean, that's the fun part about the challenge of a new game. Skinner Darnell trying to trade the lead back and forth again. Really wish I had more speed in the corners. Lacking way too much. Then I end up on the outside and I get boxed in. I can't get back down to the bottom by the end of the straightaway. There's nowhere to go with all my speed. He blocked all the way to the apron. Oh, this is going to get tight. Look at this. We're 3x3 going into turn 1. The heck was that? That's Talladega. That's what that was. Oh, don't move down. I'm there. Oh, we got to go for this. I sailed it off into the corner. I tried to clear everybody. I probably could have moved up, but knowing how slow I am in the corner, the last thing I wanted to do is get hit from behind. There we go. Now we're clear. Now we're in the lead. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I had that in me in this run. We were starting to lose them for a bit until they started battling for the lead, and then we caught up. I don't think I'm going to have the pull-away speed today. I'll do what I can. Hey, chat, thanks for tuning in. Hanging out while at work. There we go. Hey, it's a good finish to the workday. Oh, jeez. I was looking at the chat way too long. It's cost myself the lead. I'll get him back. Got him back. There we go. We're good. And clear. This rubber banding is tough. My lap times felt super slow in practice, by the way. I was running in the low 34s. Got a 33.398 out of it here in the race, which is still 0.2 off of where I was in qualifying. Almost 0.2. Yeah, 33.21? 214, if I remember correctly. I would expect this to be a 2 pit stop race today as well. Probably similar to last night, honestly. Probably go about 50 laps. Maybe just less than that. This being 1.5 miles. Darlington a little bit shorter. Yeah, this is feeling like more of a pack race here at Homestead than what we had a pack race at Daytona and Talladega at the start of the season. Got grip on the apron. It was kind of tough for me to make passes down there, but I'll take the shortest route with the clean air. So easy to let somebody underneath me with the speed they carry in the middle of the corner. I give them just a sliver of hope, and they're going to try to cram it in there. Done that a couple times already. Another reason I want to have the long run handling. I'll see what it's like at the end of the tire life when we do go to pit the first time, and I'll adjust accordingly if I do have to make any adjustments. Ethan Chua, welcome to the stream. And they want me starting off on rookies, so get an easy championship. And no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Nope, give me the challenge. That'd be more entertaining anyway for you guys. You guys and me. I want a challenge. It's nice to have, you know, a night off here and there with an easy race, but not all season. Check the weather Friday night at Richmond. Rain at 6. Man, I really hope not. I don't think I'm going to be able to get home until like 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturday. I mean, I could bounce early, I guess, but can't wait 2 more months to play. Well, you're going to have to, unfortunately. The hype is real, though. What the heck happened to everybody? Just a 2-truck breakaway all of a sudden. Tomorrow in the evening? No, it's in the afternoon. It's right at noon. So I'm just hoping it doesn't go long, because the plan is to do practice and qualifying coverage at 4:30 tomorrow. I wouldn't imagine it's going to be an extremely long time. Gosh, if I get stuck there for like 3.5+ hours when it starts at noon. I don't know how big her class is. It can't be that big because it's in the summer. Like, had this been in the spring, I would expect it to be a little bit longer. Imagine it did. Well, that would suck. I mean, I'll keep you posted if I get stuck there longer. Definitely be back before the truck race. But yeah, practice and qualifying is supposed to start at 4:30 for the Cup Series tomorrow. So graduation is usually not long. Well, I know, I'm thinking back, because like for my high school, it was within 2 hours. But that's high school, and I also went to a small high school. I don't know what it's going to be for college. A lot of it has to determine on how long the speech is by the guest speaker. Sometimes they can be talking for an hour. Sometimes it can be like 10 minutes. If it's 10 minutes, we'll breeze through it. But if he starts rambling about his life story and it goes on for like an hour, whoever their guest speaker is, that's where you get those long commencement ceremonies. Gonna rain tomorrow at Richmond? I have no idea. I haven't checked the weather. Honestly, it was probably something I should have done in advance. No, I didn't go to college. I almost did. I was very close to going to Bowling Green State University. I wasn't enrolled, but I had been on campus a couple times prior to what the original plan was going to be after I graduated high school, that I was going to start in the spring, give myself some time off. And then during the time off, I like not having school, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do this for 4 more years. Do I have any regrets? As of right now, no. Because I don't think the dream of being able to, commentate even at a local level is gone by any means. I think with the job that I'm able to do on the weekends with the commentary and getting great feedback on that from you guys, the fans, every weekend, leads me to still believe that I could easily get like a local short track job somewhere and go from there. And could build a resume even without a degree. Worst case scenario, if I did have to go back and get a degree, I would probably just do something to take online classes down the road and get it that way rather than, just going to school and going to a campus for 4 years. And the first 2 years, I'm taking classes that literally have nothing to do with what I'm going for degree-wise, which would have been journalism initially. Because I can remember that being told to me specifically of like what classes I was going to have to take. And I can remember those first 2 years, I'd literally have no classes that had anything to do with what I wanted to go for. It wasn't going to help me career-wise in the sense with journalism and building any sort of a resume there. And it's expensive. Especially to go to a state university like that. It's expensive. You don't have a lot of tuitions there and paying more out of pocket. Definitely saved me money in the long run, that's for sure. I don't know. I guess having a natural voice of a commentator, I think, definitely helps. That I was blessed with. That is not something, like, this is my actual voice. A little too low there. Got the grass wiggle a bit. Group of trucks starting to reel us back in slowly. I mean, I think I've been to one Bowling Green football game before, but that was because they were playing the University of Toledo. It was a Battle of I-75 game a few years ago. It was in BG. My sister was going to the game. She asked me if I wanted to go. I'm like, yeah, sure, what the heck. It's like on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. I wasn't doing anything anyway. Got off work, went to the game. Toledo roundhoused them that year. I think it was like 49-17 before the fourth quarter started. They were kicking their tail. It was a cold night, too. Good old MAC football. About Martinsville, well, that... about going to Martin. Oh, yeah, I don't know why you keep bringing that up. I'm not going to Martinsville this year. I would love to go back to Martinsville. Don't get me wrong. I'll be back there someday. But, yeah, I'm not going back this year. You know, Bristol and Phoenix for me, and that'll be it for this year. The way the schedule was, I knew I was going to be going to more races in the springtime this season than later in the year. Especially with them moving the Michigan date up to June, and I knew I was going to be gone for that 2-week vacation. See, that was a lot of the problem, and I knew that when I went to take that 2-week vacation to hit both tracks back-to-back weeks. It was a fun trip and all, but because I burned so much vacation time at work, that's why I haven't gone to as many other races this season. Because I would have to go on a weekend, and rain or shine, I have to be back into work Tuesday morning. So Monday I'd have to travel out. Otherwise, I'd start calling off. I was wanting to move and stuff. It just logistically wasn't going to work out for me. It's cool to bite the bullet on that once. Sorry if I'm sniffling and it's picking up on the mic, by the way. Just let me know if it is, because that's disgusting. I'll take care of it. I really don't want to pause the game. That's the big thing. Justin B. Saw, welcome to the stream. Enjoy the summer months, but the winter months are different. But I like it. I mean, I like the... I don't mind the winters just because I grew up with them here in Northwest Ohio, because they can be brutal. Especially you get that cold wind off Lake Erie. I mean, I will say it hasn't been as bad the last handful of years. You tell with global warming compared to what it was when I was a kid. Last year was pretty brutal, though, honestly, looking back on it. I felt like last year, from start to finish in the winter, felt like the cold weather came in earlier and lasted a lot longer than what it had the few years before that. The few years before that, it was relatively mild. We'd have a couple brutal weeks kind of sprinkled in there, but this last winter, it felt like a return to norm. We're getting quite a bit of snowfall, too. Sick days now. Yeah, I'm not sick. Freaking allergies. I'll tell you what, so I was on my way to work this morning. Allergies, I woke up, kind of felt a little stuffy. I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those allergy days, I think. I went to get an iced coffee from McDonald's this morning. And when I was in the drive-thru line, I actually sneezed, and I don't know if it picked it up on the mic or not. I thought my crew chief was going to say there was a caution. But anyway, Yeah, I sneezed, and then I was like trying to hold it, and like mid trying to give them my mobile app order on the code on there, I sneezed again. Pull back around to the window, whatever. I'm like, oh geez. Then I get to the window, get to work. Had another sneezing attack, and then I got inside, and it was kind of okay for the rest of the day. Even when I go outside on break, it rained a couple times throughout the day, so I think that kind of helped even when I went outside on break. And then I get home, like, I don't know, an hour ago from now. I got home about 5:30. And just had, like, a major sneezing attack again. I closed the door for my car. I went to walk inside. I probably sneezed, like, 5 times in a row. And now, ever since then, I've been kind of sniffly. It'll go away the longer I'm inside and in the air conditioning. Probably not going to be sniffling here another hour from now or so. Pollen must be super high around where I live. Sneezed at the McDonald's drive-thru. I'm pretty sure they heard it. I mean, there's no way. Probably laughing their asses off. I was struggling. I was struggling to get that code out. They asked me what the code was, and I was like trying to hold back a sneeze, so there was like a momentary pause, and I sneezed. And I thought it was just going to be like one and done. Then I start reading the code off, and I sneezed again. Tell you what. Between that and spilling my iced coffee like a month and a half ago or so in my car, and they were watching me, I don't think I can go back to that McDonald's again. I've had 2 moments there in the last month and a half. My iced coffee venture. Terrible. At least I'm there for their comedy relief. It wasn't the same person working both times in the drive-thru window, so that's nice. Didn't remember me from the time before. I kind of didn't want to go back after I spilled my coffee on my lap the one time because that was broad daylight. I was like, they definitely saw my face. There's no way. Kid that handed me the coffee thought he was about to get fired on the spot. It was my fault. All right. Getting pretty light on fuel. I think I'm going to pit this time while pit road's still empty for the most part. Well, we got a couple of guys that just came in, but yeah, I'm going to pit this time. Don't want to risk running out of gas. I'm going to try to use this access road, see if that saves us any bit of time. I did not take the access road in practice, so I'm not sure how fast I can use. Make sure I don't end up in the grass. There we go. Make sure I don't speed either. All right, I got it down just in time. Not going to make any adjustments. 4 tires and full. No one died of embarrassment. Yeah. All right. Quick pit stop. Well, I thought it was quick, and then we've got guys beating us out of the pits. The pit road entry was where I was gaining the most time, really. Oh, hold your... I probably shouldn't be passing down here. I'll cut him a little bit of slack. He probably wasn't expecting me to creep up on him like that. All right. Probably going to have a speed glitch. It's going to be difficult to hold on to the lead. The 136 car has got a run on you. Way to work, buddy. Whoa! Creep up on you so quickly. Oh, we still got trucks on pit road. I was wondering why the speed glitch was still going on. I say usually it's only about a lap. If I can clear him for second, getting into turn one, that would be great. Oh, barely clear. I was committed. I was moving down whether I was going to turn myself or not. Couple of lap trucks up ahead. Second off the lead. Lap 50. Got a long ways to go. We're all starting to group up from second on back. The leader's getting away. They're 3 wide, couple rows behind us. Next playthrough, return the Wood Brothers to the top of them. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to be able to do that for the Cup Series, so it's going to have to be on NASCAR 25. I mean, if you guys vote for me to race as the Wood Brothers, Josh Berry for the season mode, that'd be a pretty cool one. And there's driver ratings too, so that'd be a challenge. Be with a B-tiered team. Motored around. Trucks on the outside.
Okay, got momentum now. Let's keep rolling. Number 0 is going to run high side. Go up high. You're clear.
A lot easier to get to the lead if I stop losing second place. Back to P2, underneath the leader. Oh, that was a good crossover if he can get by me here. I don't think he's going to. We should have speed down the straightaway. There we go. Got off the exit of turn 2 well enough. Oh, I waited way too long to clear. I kept from hitting the wall. Three wide. Gonna get boxed in again. Find a hole, 4 wide. Hey, diddle, Johnny Benson up the middle. I'm so glad nobody tried to alter their line right as I was making that move. Get by him. Side draft to no avail. There we go. Thank goodness I've got straightaway speed because I can't get through these corners to save my life. I feel like I get better as the run goes on, but early in the run, I am struggling for speed in the corners. It's like as the tires start to fall on them, we kind of meet in the middle. Rubber banding on this game with certain tracks is just so strange. Whoa! I didn't think they were going to split me like that. Where'd my straightaway speed go that time? I was going to move up to try to give the guy room on the bottom, and then all of a sudden there was somebody to my outside, too. We got him back. Oh, gosh darn it. Side draft. I would call this mano-y-mano. Got more than one-on-one battle. I almost wrecked myself. That time I tried to cram it up the middle and bounced off one truck into another. I felt very loose after that first bit of contact. Clear, 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 clear. Oh, God, he scared the crap out of me. I didn't know it. I didn't know simultaneously somebody else had a run on him like I did. Oh, my God. Where did that guy come from? I was making a move high, while somebody was making a move down low the whole time. Jeez. Hopefully these two stay side by side up here. They are for now. Nope. Oh, no. Now I'm going backwards. But get to the lead and settle in for a couple laps. We'll be all right. The problem is I get to the lead and I lose it immediately every time. I just bump draft the 119. Teamwork making the dream work. I went as low as I could have went without touching the grass going through the corner. Furious here, 32. Thanks for tuning in. Whoa, baby. He's crowding me. Hey, look what you did. Left all that bottom open, and now we get freight trained by 3 trucks. Both of us. Bet he didn't plan for that, did he? What a race. What a race. Gosh. It's like they hit the brakes right at the end of the straightaway. Well before getting into the corner. Right. Clear for third. A little too far back to get to the lead on the front stretch this time. Maybe. I'll go for it anyway. I honestly thought I was too far back. I stand corrected. Now if I could just hold on for a couple of corners. Oh, come on, man. It's not blockable. That's the problem. And we're 3 wide middle. Jeez. What a race. We are definitely racing tonight. How have we gone caution free with all the pandemonium at the front of the field almost this entire race? Well, I wouldn't say the entire race. We've had breaks. There we go. I stayed in front for a couple laps. I stayed in front for a couple laps and they stopped rubber banding as badly. I think the worst of it's behind us, at least until we get to the next pit stop. Finally have a chance to think for myself. Good grief. Playing Heat 5 at Richmond, your feet were burning because you were using the wheel. Yeah, a lot of gas, a lot of brake. I guess considering it's the truck series in this season, it's probably not surprising that we're caution-free, considering we've had 6 caution-free races of the first 12. All 6 of those have been in the last 7 races. No, I've not had any of the pies for McDonald's. I don't eat sweets. The only sweets I've ever had from McDonald's is their cookies, because when I worked there in high school, I would literally get a baker's dozen of them and eat them every lunch break. I don't know how long this period of time lasted for, but it had to have been at least a few months. And it was getting out of hand because it was literally every day I worked. So we're talking 4 or 5 days a week, depending on the schedule for that week, especially during the summertime when I didn't have school and I was able to work 40 hours. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That's why I ended up cutting sweets out of my diet. That's why to this day I barely eat any sweets, because I couldn't control myself. Now I'm at the point, I mean, I can control myself, and I splurge on the 3 days a year that I do splurge, which is my birthday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Although I did not have any sweets on my birthday this year, I'm saving it for an opportune time, so I'm kind of cheating the system a little bit, but I'll give myself my cheat day at some point. I just didn't want to do it on my birthday because I've just got back into the routine of working out on a regular basis for about the last, I don't know, probably a little over a month now. 6 on, 1 off. So getting back in the routine of that, I really didn't want to have a glorified cheat day. Let me stay on this grind for a little bit longer. I'll get to a certain point where then I can enjoy it, which by that time is going to be close to Thanksgiving anyway, so I need to make sure I got to stagger them out at least a little bit. Can't control yourself with cookies. Yeah, I would literally 30-minute lunch break, and I would down 13 cookies and then go right back to work again. And then there was people that were like, how do you eat all those cookies and then work like nothing, like there's no problem? Like, how are you able to stand immediately after and work the rest of a shift? To that, I don't know. Just got an atomic pit for a stomach or something. I did have a bad Filet-O-Fish when I worked at McDonald's. I think I undercooked my own food or something. That was pretty bad. I was getting kind of sick anyway. I don't think it was the Filet-O-Fish, but it didn't agree well with me as I was starting to get sick, and I threw that right back up. I made it to a trash can, though. But it was just mid-shift. I'm like, man, I do not feel good. That kind of sucked, because there was like, however many people were back in the grill area at that time. There was at least 3 or 4 people back there that saw me do that. I just went from talking 1 minute to hurtling at a trash can the next. Like, what's going on? Pizza rolls, 150 of them? Well, jeez. I don't think I can eat that many. When I eat pizza rolls, though, I usually eat the whole bag in one sitting. Not the 150 bags, but the 50. Throw half of them in there, eat, and I have the other half cooking. Yeah, yeah, it's easy for me to eat 50 pizza rolls in one sitting. Ended up getting the pizza yesterday. Yeah, we were talking about pizza quite a bit yesterday. Good on you. The lap traffic. Lapped a couple of trucks. Not many. I mean, yesterday's race went caution-free. We barely had anybody finish off the lead lap. There were 3 trucks that DNF'd, and I think I only caught like 1 or 2 lappers the entire race. It's kind of been the same so far here today as well. Everybody's going to have to pit one more time. Yeah, those are the ones that I always eat, the Totinos. I don't think I've ever had, well, I can remember having one out of the vending machine from my work because somebody else had them and I was sitting at the table with them at lunch. This was like, gosh, this wasn't long after I started working there, and they were like, yeah, I don't really like these. And I'm like, what the hell, I'll eat them. They definitely tasted different. They were just bland. Kind of hard to describe. It didn't seem like there was any flavor. Cheese ones are nasty. I just go with the pepperoni every time. Use more pizza. Yeah, I'll probably end up getting some pizza myself this weekend. Treat myself well before the race on Saturday night. Wow, what happened to Travis Quapple? I wonder if I don't know what happened, actually. He's about to go a lap down in front of us, and he was battling for the lead in the early laps of the race. He might have even led. He's in a pretty good spot. He should be able to make it into the playoffs if he hasn't already clinched on points. No playoff points, though, because of no wins. We're going to have such an advantage when the playoffs start on everybody else. Well, I guess the top 10 in the regular season standings will get some sort of points. We'll get our 15 for winning the regular season championship. And this would be race win number 11 if we hold on. We outright legitimately lost one race, which was Texas. And we'll never know what would have happened at Atlanta if we didn't have that pit road glitch. We were in a fight for the win. We were leading going into the green flag stops with less than 40 to go at the end of the race. Yeah, I go the old-fashioned route, and I very rarely air fry the pizza rolls. It's usually microwave. It's because I don't want to... Whenever I grab pizza rolls, I'm in the I want to eat them now mentality. And I know if I put them in the air fryer, I'm going to be sitting there for like 10, 15 minutes. I want them now. Like, give me 90 seconds, and they're going to be in my mouth. And that's like perfect because you'll get the hot ones under 90 seconds. But you always grab from the middle because those ones are a little cooler. Don't grab the edge ones, otherwise you'll burn your face off. But which I still have a tendency to do every now and then. I could talk about eating pizza rolls all day. That's like my guilty pleasure snack, are pizza rolls. That and then pretzels with cream cheese. But that's a little bit of a healthier option, I guess. So I don't even know if I'd call that a cheat snack necessarily. But yeah, the pizza rolls, those are definitely those are my guilty pleasure. Those are things that I eat that I know aren't necessarily the healthiest for me. But you know what? I guess if there's that one thing that I'll eat on a somewhat consistent basis that is unhealthy to that extent, pizza rolls is the way to go. It's not like very often. Like, I go grocery shopping once every other week. I usually get enough food that lasts me 2 weeks for my paycheck. Then I get the next set of groceries 2 weeks after the fact. So I'm talking I'll have like one bag of pizza rolls every 2 weeks. I don't think that's killing me by any means. I eat healthy otherwise, so I'd say I'm doing pretty good for myself. My body feels great. I can eat a bag of healthier than regular milk. I don't know about that. Oh, you're talking about Fairlife. I thought you were talking about pizza rolls still. I thought you meant pizza rolls were healthier than regular milk. I was like, I don't know. I feel like milk's pretty good for you. Oh, yeah. Bagels with cream cheese? Heck yeah. Toasted, of course. Yeah, that's a good breakfast for me. My go-to breakfast, pretty simple for the most part. It's either oatmeal, protein oatmeal, bowl of cereal, which usually isn't breakfast. That's like my dessert after dinner is like a bowl of cereal because I don't really eat sweets. And it's usually not even like sugary cereal either. It's like Special K or something or Raisin Bran. It's not. I stay away from the super sugary cereals. I mean, I've had Fairlife. I don't go out of my way to get it. I'm not too fancy with the milk. It's a regular old 2% for me. Tops is a main West Ohio area. Go into like any Walmarts or I'm sure there's a lot of areas around the country that sell like regional milk, dairy products and stuff, and Tops is usually the go-to. Actually, if you ever go to Fifth Third Field, which is where the Toledo Mudhens play, big on ice cream up there. Is like their main selling point is Tops ice cream. Now, a lot of people eat that up around here. It's a bigger local brand around where we live with the ice cream side of things. Ice cream, milk, but yeah, that's the brand of milk I'm always getting. Shout out to Tops. Probably lactose. Yeah, if I'm not drinking water, I'm drinking milk. And usually it's workout oriented when it comes to that. Simple glass of milk and whey protein is like just my post-workout routine. Then I usually try to wait about 60 minutes or so, and then I'll eat a full meal if it's like around a time of day where I'll be eating like dinner or lunch or something. I don't want to eat a full meal right when I get done working out. I feel like I'll hurl it right back up again. There's certain days where I kick my ass enough and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to touch any food right now. I know I got to get a little bit of protein in me immediately, but I'm not going to overdo it. We're fitting a little earlier. My fuel light's not flashing yet. So we've got some guys short pitting this run. That's going to be really interesting on the pit strategy. Oh, somebody was slow. Second to go. Get by them into turn one. Now the fuel light's flashing. Be able to go a couple more laps. This will end up being our final stop of the race. End up using that excess road again when we do make the stop. I do have toast from time to time. Toast with peanut butter. Plain old peanut butter sandwich. I usually rotate the same 4 or 5 things for breakfast every morning. Gonna go one more lap. And then we'll pit. So we'll have 41 laps to go when I cycle off pit road. We'll be plenty good on gas to the end of the race. I'm going to try to push a little bit harder on this access road than I did the last time. See if we can come out with a more sizable gap. There we go. We're in. No adjustments, 4 tires, and Sunoco race fuel. All right. Clean stop by the boys.
Looking good for the merge.
Off and running. Forty laps to go at the line.
Don't worry about a block from him. He's feeling nice today. Number 187, he takes his room on the right.
Oh, we're going to have a massive lead. $40 to go. Great stop by the pit crew. I don't know what they did different. But whatever they did, that worked out pretty well. Winn-Dixie? Well, I definitely know of it, but no, I haven't been inside one. I remember I didn't even know that Food City was like a gas station superstore for like the longest time. I obviously knew of the Food City sponsorship because they would always sponsor the Spring Bristol race every year. But until I went to Bristol for the first time, I had no idea it was like a gas. It was basically like a Walmart. It's what it is. Southern chain of Walmart convenience. There's other Walmarts that are still down south too, but obviously anybody that lives down south would know. You'd probably know more than me. Like, yeah, duh. And outside of going to Detroit back every so often, you know, I was a kid for like Tigers games or Red Wings games or stuff. I hadn't really been out of state. I was out of state once when I was like 15. Went to Pigeon Forge. We were there for like a week, but outside of that, I had been out of state myself other than that one time. So it was probably Well, 18, but like way out of state, probably 19.
Finish the last 100.
Travel myself. Fancy Dorter Bruno, welcome to the stream. Never seen your favorite band live. We'll get there eventually. And if it's one of those circumstances where you can't get anybody to go with you, just go by yourself, man. Don't wait on other people. Like, I've gone to by myself to shows. Well, I mean, I will say I've only been to, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I think I've only been to one concert by myself. But, I mean, you don't even really think about being there by yourself while the show itself is actually going on. And everybody's there for the same thing anyway. Meet new people. You know, I'm not necessarily the one that's going to go up and start chit-chatting with random people, but it still happens. I've been to, I don't even know how many baseball games by myself. That one year when I went to 11 games, I think I only went with somebody like 2 or 3 times that whole season. I was going by myself quite a bit. I was going during the week a lot. Nobody else wanted to go because it was during the work week. So I was like, oh, screw it. I'll go to a game. It's cheap. Tigers sucked at that time, so. Nobody wants to go. I don't let that stop me. I don't want time to pass me by and realize, man, I really wish I would have done that. I look at it, I have no better opportunity than to do it, you know, in circumstances like right now where, you know, I am by myself. Like if I had a family, if I have a family down the road, those opportunities are probably going to be less likely for a longer period of time. So I'm living it up now while I can. Dover to host the All-Star race. Are they actually hosting the All-Star race? Is this real news? Dover? Is it going to be a night race? That'd be pretty cool if it was. Is it going to be a day All-Star race? Is this like breaking news now? I did not see this. When was this announced?
Go ahead and get on by.
Is this breaking news during the live stream? I need details, chat. Give me details. I haven't been on the NASCAR interweb all day. It's for dinner. It doesn't matter right now. We need details on the All-Star race. It doesn't matter. About 45 minutes ago. Oh, man, that was like right after we started the stream. Yeah, I had no idea. How has nobody said anything this whole stream until just now? That's pretty cool. Good for Dover. I don't think it's going to be any different than the way the Bristol All-Star race was a couple years ago. Probably not going to be, you know, very good necessarily, but it'd be, you know, fun for the locals. Probably sell well. That means North Wilkesboro is going to get their points race then, you would think. Which means I'll be at North Wilkesboro next season. For sure. I told myself they get their first points race. I'm definitely going. The only reason I didn't go to an All-Star race is because I'd been to an All-Star race before, and the show is just, it's so short. It's a short night. You're not getting as much racing action if you were to go to a normal points-paying race. The quality of race isn't as good because there aren't as many cars on the racetrack. Half the field, half the distance. And give me... I want everything. Had the All-Star race that I went to had been better, maybe that would have changed my opinion on it a little bit more, but I think it was overhyped going in. I probably overhyped it myself, honestly. Like, oh, this is going to be so much fun, because I've had fun watching All-Star races on TV in the past, but a little bit different in person. Had that been my first NASCAR race ever, I think that also could have played into effect. Being at NASCAR races before that, but never an All-Star race. It's cool to check off the bucket list, I guess, as being a NASCAR fan, but yeah, I don't know if I'll end up doing that again. Lost at a store as a kid? That's a random question. I don't know. Maybe. If I did, I was too young to remember. I would like to think it probably did happen, because I feel like that happens to almost every kid. But if it didn't, it's because we would go to the store that had like a daycare on the inside. I can specifically remember my mom dropping my sister and I off at the daycare while she went grocery shopping. It was called Giant Eagle. They're no longer around. So if I ever went grocery shopping with my mom or my mom and my dad, they would drop us off in there, and we'd be in there for like an hour or so, and then they would go to leave and they'd pick us up. I don't know why Walmarts around the world don't do stuff like that. At least here in the U.S., but why don't more grocery stores do stuff like that? That's a great way to get some customers. You got kids? Hey, just drop them off. We got a free daycare. Well, I don't know if it was free. They might have had to pay for it. I was too young. I don't know how long ago they went out of business. It's been a minute. Oldest child, so lucky. I mean, I don't know if... I guess if you're younger, maybe you got picked on more or something. I don't know. I didn't really pick on my sister much. We got along great. I mean, I'm sure we had, you know, times here and there, but I try not to harass her too much. If anything, there was probably a time where she was probably harassing me way more. I've always just been super introverted. Like, ever since I was a kid, I would just do stuff by myself. I was playing pretend NASCAR with toy cars when I was a little kid for like the longest time. Just put me in my room with my 1/64 scale toy NASCAR diecast. I was in heaven. Either that or the pro wrestling figures that I had. Like, that was me as a kid. I was in my own world. If I get bored of that, then I was lucky enough to have a PS2, and then I would take what I was doing with the toy pro wrestlers or NASCAR diecast and then go into like NASCAR 05 or SmackDown versus Raw 2007 and game it up. That was my childhood. I wish I would have played golf when I was a kid. I'd be even better at it now. The last 3 rounds I played, though, Billy, I haven't talked about golf much on the channel because I haven't played as much this year, but the last 3 rounds I've had, 75 or better. It kind of sucks that I haven't played in a minute, though, so I doubt I'll be able to pick up where I left off, but yeah, I impressed myself thoroughly. I had 13 greens of regulation, though, one time. That's got to be the most I've ever had in a single round. I shot 2 over. I'd shot even par before, but I don't think I had that many greens of regulation the one time I shot even par. I thought I was going to have a shot that round. I think I was even through 8. And then I pretty much was just 1 over until I got to about the 16th, I want to say. There was a par 3 I ended up bogeying, and then I went back up again. went 2 up with 2 to play. The one hole was a kind of a longer par 3 at that course I was playing at, so there was no chance I was going to... Well, I wouldn't say no chance I was going to birdie, but it was very slim. And I ended up parring. I guess I technically went to the last hole with a chance if I would have aced it. If I would have aced that to shoot even par that day, I would have probably retired from golf. I'm like, yep, that's it. That would have been the coolest hole-in-one ever. I wouldn't have been able to top not only probably never getting a hole-in-one again, but let alone hole-in-one to get me to even. That would have been awesome. What am I doing for the rest of the night? A whole lot of nothing. Well, so, because my sister's graduation's tomorrow, I need to get a lot of the race notes for tomorrow's streams ready to go. Because I'll be here in the morning, but definitely going to have to get a workout in before the morning. So I'm going to be grinding on that for a few hours tonight. See how far I can get before I get tired. So it usually takes me 2 to 3 hours. Blamed her and everything, yep. Oh, you did. Yeah, I mean, there's always some sibling rivalries, I'm sure. I would assume we got along well growing up, considering we lived together for a little bit, so that probably wouldn't have been the case otherwise. Yeah, last 3 rounds I had, I was... Actually, now that I think about it, I think it's the last 4 rounds I've had, it was a 75 or better, because I think the 75 the first time was +6, and then I was +2, and then I was +4 and +2. The last 4 rounds I played for 18. 3 of those rounds I had 4 birdies in 1 round. Like I was getting hot with everything, for the most part. I'd have like 1 or 2 errant shots in the round, and that would be my bogey holes, really. But they weren't like that errant that I was still able to get like a 5 or something, so. Yeah, I can't wait to get back out again sometime. This weekend's gonna be tough, but maybe on Monday. I'll have off of work on Monday. As long as the NASCAR... Well, I was going to say NASCAR race Saturday night, so I guess it wouldn't get rained out to Monday. It'll only get pushed back one day. Yeah, very high probability Monday. I'll have to let you know Monday night stream how it went. Yeah, 1 of the 2 rounds that I shot 2 over, I can remember missing two more birdie putts. Like, I already had 4 in the round. I missed 2 of them that were within 8 feet. I made the others. Like, the 1 round, it was right there. If I just make those 2 extra putts. But I will say, there were a couple putts that went in from long distance for birdies that probably shouldn't have went in. So the 2 that I missed that were shorter, I wasn't kicking myself over, because there were some 2, not ridiculous ones, but it was like, I wasn't expecting to make them as much as what I was the short ones. I pride myself, I'm like, make the short putts. I very rarely miss those. And then anything that's like, 16, 20 feet or more, if it goes in, it goes in. But I'm not really looking to make those on a consistent basis. Get myself within tap-in distance on the next one. Yep, Richmond truck race tomorrow night. No NASCAR 08 for the next couple of days. We'll be back with NASCAR 08 on Sunday because there's no Cup race Sunday. That'll be Saturday night. Tune in for practice qualifying. Yep, 4:30 tomorrow. 4:30 Eastern. Five-second lead. I mean, we've been coasting away. We cycled out of the pits with around a 5-second lead and just held on to it. From about 40 to go to where we're at right now with 8 laps left. Dominant performance today. Stays caution-free, and this will end up being the 7th caution-free race on the season, all in the last 8 races. We had 2 yellows at Dover a couple races ago. Every other race from race, what, 6? Or no, race 5. From race 5 to now has gone caution-free. All but one. This is race 13. Looks like there's 4 trucks out of the race with engine failure so far. I've seen a couple of them DNF in the late going here. 5 to go. Yeah, so again, if you do tune out here before the end of the night, live commentary, Richmond doubleheader tomorrow. We got the truck race tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and Cup Racks qualifying at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And I did put the schedule up in the community tab already. So if you forget, you can check in. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss those uploads. And then 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday night. We'll be live for that one at Richmond as well. Little Cup Series racing. Good old Saturday night. I mean, Saturday night short track racing. It's hard to beat. Just gives you the good old local racing feel. Get y'all warm and cozy inside. By the time you get all warm and cozy, you got 2 guys fighting each other when the race is over. We're like, ah, yes, this is what I grew up watching. I don't know if we'll see that this weekend, but you never know. When you have Ross Chastain and Carson Hocevar in the race, anything can happen. 2 to go. We're going to get to the white flag. What an unbelievable stretch that we are on with the lack of cautions. Next question is will that carry over into the playoffs? Maybe initially. Well, we've got 3 road course races, and we get a lot of cautions on road course in any series in this game, so that's where it can get chaotic, and that's why I wanted to put the harder races in the playoffs. I haven't won at Charlotte in any series in this game. That's going to be our finale. That'll be interesting. Checkered flag, baby.
Great driving out there. Let's bring her over to victory lane.
Well, we took care of business in the regular season. Regular season champs who went 11 of 13 races. It's going to give us 70 playoff points. If I'm doing my math correctly. 5 times 11, 55, 15 for the right. Yeah, 70. And even 70 playoff points. 105 laps led, 5.5 second margin to victory, 1 hour, 17 minutes, 41 seconds total time on the race, 155.23 mile per hour average race speed, 20 lead changes, no cautions. Once again, we led all but 29 laps today. Spencer Claiborne ends up in second, C. Chapman in third, B. Chapman finishes in fourth, Tinkin fifth, then we had TJ Bell in sixth, Wilson Eubanks in seventh, Craig Kinzer eighth, W. Irving ninth, Noah Howe rounds out the top 10. Our teammate Mike Skinner fell down to 6th. Really hope he got in. DNFs tonight, Zach Van Dyke, Cleveland, Fisher, Teague, and then Lade, Jackson, and Davis. I guess we had 6 DNFs. Thought I only saw 4 of them on pit road, but there might have been a couple like within the same pit box or two. Oh, how many cars finished on the lead lap? Now I have to take a picture of the points, or of the results for the points as well, since I've been doing that myself this season. 21 trucks finished on the lead lap in tonight's race. So that is going to round out tonight's live commentary stream. We'll be back for more NASCAR weight coverage on Sunday evening, and I'll get the start times in the community tab either... Well, probably not Saturday night after the race is over. So Sunday morning in the community tab, I'll keep you guys posted on what we're doing for Sunday and Monday and what times to expect those live commentary stream, or sorry, not live commentary, but NASCAR 8 streams. Live commentary is what you can expect for the next 2 nights. Again, tomorrow, doubleheader, 4:30 Eastern practice of qualifying for the Cup Series, 7:30 p.m. Eastern for the truck race, and then we'll go live with our pre-race at 7 p.m. Eastern Saturday night for the Cup event, all at Richmond Raceway. Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow.